Welcome back into Sports Night. I'm Connor Beckler, joined here with Akshay Luthra, David Woodruff, and we're in a real basketball mood at this time of year, and the college tournament's coming up, the NBA season's starting to approach its end, and we want to debate it a little bit. So we've got 3 topics for you today. It's Sports Night Showdown, back and better than ever, and I'm going to start with David. Who do you think is going to win the Big Ten tournament?
Well, it's a wide open field this year. You've got 6, 7 teams that can possibly win this. At the top, you've got your kind of favorites, the nationally ranked teams. You've got Michigan, Michigan State, and Purdue. You've also got some lower ranked but still very quality teams in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Maryland. So it's been a competitive division all year, and it's sure to be a very interesting conference tournament. Now, Michigan, who won it last year, were someone that I kind of want to pick if I want to pick with my heart, but this is analytical. I got to go with my head. I got to be like Kobe Bryant. I got to be a Black Mamba. So I'm going to go with Michigan State, and here's why. Michigan State is peaking at the right time. I always try to pick the team that's surging at the right time, that's on a little bit of a win streak or has been successful lately. They've got Cassius Winston playing lights out as a distributor at the point guard position. They're getting forward Nick Ward back from injury just in time for the tournament. And they beat Michigan twice in about a week and a half. So they're feeling really confident. They're playing good basketball. Purdue has proven to kind of stutter when playing those higher ranked teams. They've lost to Michigan State, Michigan, Florida State, Virginia Tech. So I'm going to go Michigan State because they have the track record against good teams and they're playing well at the right time.
So Black Mamba move is to go with Michigan State on this one. Akshay, what's your move? Who do you like in the Big Ten?
He actually said it for me. He said Michigan State does well against the good teams. You know who they don't do well against? The bad ones. And you know who they're playing really early? Indiana, who they've already lost to. So I think he wanted to go with his head and not his heart. I'm going to go with both heart and head and pick Michigan to make it a three-peat and take it home again. I just think the bracket kind of helped us a lot this season. It just gave us the Purdue side rather than the Wisconsin and Michigan State side, which are teams we've lost to a combined total of 3 times. You know, Michigan State is forced to play Indiana. We might play Northwestern. Woohoo! There's nothing exciting on our side. There's very winnable games, and yeah, Michigan's not looking fantastic. We've lost to Michigan State twice, like he said, but I don't even think Michigan State's going to get to the final point, which is the only place we could actually play them. And I think Michigan can take on anyone else in their way. So I actually do see, despite how ugly we're looking, Michigan taking it for the 3rd straight time.
All right, I got the interstate rivals to choose between here. And I guess you can call me bitter after this past week, but Michigan stuttered it once again and lost to Michigan State. I think the Michigan State-Indiana matchup is compelling. I think Indiana has to get by like Ohio State or someone before they can get to that point against Michigan State. I'm going to go with MSU, give this one to David. I think getting hot at the right time is what March is all about, and so he's going to win the first question.
That's how Michigan won the last 2. They
That's right.
Started streaking at the right time.
All right, you're going to lead us off with the next one, and it's going to be bigger picture. Who's winning the NCAA tournament this year?
This one is one of the toughest years ever, just because there's no clear-cut favorites, because everyone looks vulnerable at different times. But I got to go with the team that's just historically good. Well, recently, Gonzaga, the Bulldogs. Granted, they never play a tough schedule, which is why no one really knows what to ever expect out of Gonzaga. But I just think the fact that Duke looks like they can actually lose to an ACC rival. There's no Big Ten team that I'm completely confident in giving it all to. UVA just chokes in the tournament, as they proved every single year, especially when they lost to a 16 seed last year. And coming from Virginia, I know that UVA loses a lot in the tournament. And I just see Gonzaga, 2 years ago they had that, I think it was 2 years ago, they had the tough one against UNC. They know how to get there. They have the coaching to get there. And they have the team to get there, quite frankly. They are a really good team that knows how to win. They've won a lot this season. And I see them being able to maybe maneuver through those early round upsets and just sneak through. They're almost going to be the 1 seed that no one cares about when they take the victory.
They're the #1 AP ranked team right now. I think that's a pretty safe bet to make. I'm curious to see who David's going to match that up with. Who do you think?
A very good choice to go with Gonzaga. Again, I'm not really sold on a lot of the 1 seeds this year. Duke is supremely talented, but they're very young. UVA has those issues when it comes tournament time. Gonzaga is good, but did they play enough quality opposition, especially towards the back end of the year, to be surging into March? And with that in mind, I'm going to go with the boys from Lubbock, Texas Tech, to win this year's NCAA tournament. They are co-champions of the Big 12 this year, sharing it with Kansas State. They've got star power in Jarrett Culver, a projected top 10, maybe even top 5 NBA pick. He is their playmaker. He leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists. He's the guy that gets it all going. And when it comes to March, you need that one guy who you can say, take me there. And that's what they've got at Texas Tech. They've got some supplemental three-point shooters, and like I said before, they are surging at the right time. They have won 9 straight games, including a 29-point thumping of Kansas at home. I think that this team is peaking at the right time, and they're going to surprise a lot of people. They're still long and athletic. Lost Zaire Smith to the NBA last year, but they've still got a lot of lengthy defenders who can disrupt, and I think they have the scoring to get it done and win.
David definitely riding the hot teams this time of year, and that's a good approach. Texas Tech had a good run, I'd say, in the tournament last year. I think they made it to the Elite Eight before running into Villanova. And it's a good pick. I like what I've seen with Gonzaga this year, and I think people are quick to throw them away. But they have this talent that they've proven could beat Duke earlier in the year when Duke had all of their talent together. I don't like either that they play in a weak schedule because they never get tested. So if they do run into a real tricky situation, you never know if they'll be able to pull through. But I'm going to go with Akshay here. I think Gonzaga is a better pick than Texas Tech. That's going to tie up our showdown, actually, and bring us to the third and final topic, the NBA. Who do you guys think is going to be the NBA champion at the end of this year? I'll let David start it off this time, right?
So, it may surprise everyone, but I'm going with the boys from up north, the Toronto Raptors, to be this year's NBA champions. They've got Kawhi in that deal this summer, and he has proven to be an immense help. DeRozan was obviously a fan favorite, and no one was happy to see him go, but the team is undeniably better in his absence. And to win the championship, feasibly, you've got to go through the Golden State Warriors, but I think the Raptors match up very well to this Golden State team. They have Kawhi, who's a incredible wing defender and is really one of the only players in the NBA with a chance at guarding Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a supremely talented isolation player, but if you can shut him down, they've proven that this Warriors offense can sometimes struggle. There's defensive liabilities, especially in DeMarcus Cousins, who is a very good offensive threat, but has struggled on the defensive end. Clay and Steph are supremely talented, and if they start hitting shots, there's not much you can do, but they've proven that they sometimes don't hit shots, and maybe with Toronto having that home court edge, they can push through and win the championship. It's going to be tough getting through the East, but I think that they've got the talent, they've got the star in Kawhi, not a lot of pressure on Kyle Lowry to shoulder the offensive burden as they've had in years past. A deep and talented bench. Pascal Siakam has been playing lights out this year. They've got the pieces, they've got the horses to win it all this year.
All right, there you go. Raptors are his team out of the East, and then the one that's going to get it done come the NBA Finals. Akshay, what's your response here?
There was one tiny problem about that really pretty good points. It was you're expecting the Raptors to get out of the East, where the Raptors still have perennial playoff choker Kyle Lowry. They couldn't trade him away. They got rid of one playoff choker in DeRozan. They have a proven guy in Kawhi Leonard. He's an MVP. But their coach, Dwayne Casey, he's gone. You know, they're restarting. That brand new coach, never a great start. And then on top of that, they got to go through the Bucks. The Bucks with Giannis, I don't even know if I said his name right. I probably didn't. I'm not even going to try his last name. Is just that's gonna be a very tough out for the Raptors.
Who's gonna win? Come on.
The winner is gonna be the Warriors. I don't even know why we're even considering that any other team's gonna win. Yeah, the Warriors have won every single year that they were not 73-9, ironically. But it's just, you know, you put KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Boogie together, that team's not going to lose. The only team that could ever come close was actually no one, because this lineup's never been together before. But the one team that's beaten the Warriors in the finals recently was LeBron's Cavs. That's not going to happen. LeBron might not even make the playoffs. If he does, he probably won't run into the Warriors, or if he does, it'll be the first round, and that'll be a hilarious exit. But it's just going to be an absolute embarrassment. The Warriors figured out their issues in the 73-9 season. They went all out in the regular season. Okay, they don't need to do that anymore. They need to go all in the playoffs. They just need to win 16 games, and they're going to do that when it counts, and they're going to win again, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a boring topic every year. It's like the Twilight Zone. Can anyone beat the Warriors? Yes, no, I don't know. Well, last year the Warriors won. The year before that the Warriors won. I don't think I should give either of you the satisfaction of winning this. It's just not a great discussion to have. I think the Warriors are going to win the title again.
I'm going to take the dub just because I said
All right,
Warriors.
you can take the dub, but I don't think it's saying very much there.
It's not.
Thank you for joining us. This has been Sportsnite Showdown. It's good to get back into the swing of things. Thank you, David Akshay, for a great show. And be sure to have a great sports night.